Fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you this moment, wherever you are listening to me. I want to tell you that there is joy everywhere. There is a celebration everywhere in Nigeria, beyond Nigeria, in the whole Africa, European countries, and United States, for the release of Mazen Namdekano. I want to tell you, you may not understand that God works in mysterious ways. And nobody commands God. Nobody tells God what to do. God knows what to do at the appropriate time. Our own is to do the little we can do. Then the Almighty God will take his position. I want to thank every Biafran sincerely, which I have been praying. Those who have been praying for the release of Mazen Namdekano. I want to tell you that it has totally come. Mazen Namdekano and Mazen Simon Ekpa, they are vindicated completely. Why I'm talking about vindication here is because the United States of America Congress have authorized Donald Trump to sanction Nigeria because of what Mazen Namdekano was complaining and shouting and begging Buhari to see how he can stop his uncles and cousins from destroying Biafrans and Biafra land with their cattle, with their cows. You know, the buying not back and maybe in Kibia. Hausa people say me aziki be abata nawoni. So which means the person who is rich does not spoil another person's riches. No matter how little it is, your own is very big, but you are not the one feeding that person. So for this reason, you don't need to spoil his own. So Hausa Fulani people have been using their cows and cattle, ravaging and pervading the land of Biafrans. And their cows were eating up the crops that our old mothers and fathers planted in their farmland to earn a living. And it has lasted over a decade now. And nobody was talking. Nobody was willing to say a word. Let me tell you people what is going on now. Southeast politicians are panicking because sanctions have been placed on Nigeria. Tinubu and his government are being sanctioned because anyhow you look at it, sometimes ago I was telling you, people are asking me, what is Donald Trump waiting for to take action on the issue of the people who are funding terrorists and jihadists and bandits in Nigeria? What is President of America waiting for to take action? I was like, you people should be patient because only time shall vindicate the just. And when that vindication comes, it shall reach every crane and corner. So what is happening now by what Bishop Wilfred did by reporting the evil that Nigeria government have been covering on how Christians have been dehumanized and at the same time being removed by force. You know, they trap life out of them by force. Millions of Christians have died by the hands of Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. And From Buhari regime, they have been covering it, and Tinubu as well take over and continue covering it. But now it has been made open from figuring out the sponsors of terrorists in Nigeria and their funders, and using US aid money to fund terrorism in Nigeria. The names of the people are out, which I and you knows them. I don't have much time to waste, and it is enough judgment. Coupled with the movement of Bishop Wilfred, so you can see that evidence is clear, and this is why I'm telling you now that the same thing that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be kidnapped by Nigeria government in Kenya is what Bishop Wilfred went to United States of America to complain to the world powers of what is going on in Nigeria, and nobody cares. They render communities useless, they destroy villages, they clear off people living in the village, burnt houses, so rape women, steal, and do all kinds of things. But Nigeria Chief Defense Staff, General Musa, even today when you watch him on the interview, you see he denied everything. He covered Tinubu, he covered Buhari, he covered Fulanis, he covered terrorists, and let you know that nothing wrong is going on in Nigeria. But I am very glad to announce to you this moment, if you don't know it, that this is the beginning of the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because that thing he says that made them to kidnap him and illegally rendition him and caged him in the DSS custody. Another person have said it, and that is what brought sanction to Nigeria. So Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now is at the door of freedom. So, and nobody can stop it, and nobody can frustrate it anymore. I mean every bit of what I'm telling you. So, as a Biafran, continue praying and continue making necessary and positive effort to see that this freedom of Biafra come to reality. Because what is going to happen to Nigeria is something you people don't know. Most of the Nigerian politicians shall run helter-skelter, but they must be fished out. They must be smoked out wherever they run to, because it has been made known that the Nigerian politicians are the ones empowering and sponsoring Fulani terrorists for the illegal activities and impunity killings going on in Nigeria. So, and they are making West Africa sub-region unrest. They are giving unrest to West Africa sub-region. So, and there is no any sign to show that Tinubu have remorse or Tinubu is hearing anything going on badly in Nigeria. And this is what is paining him now, why he summoned the bishops. Why did they do this? That Nigeria will be sanctioned. Nigeria is sanctioned, so you cannot stop it. And a sanction is sanctioned for good, for the good of Biafrans and the good of the leaders of Biafra, which have been in the custody of the DSS and in Finland. So I'm optimistic by the grace of God that in no distant time, Simon Ekpa and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall come out and take Biafra nation to where they supposed to take it to and take Biafrans home as they have made us promise. Please note something very important. It is God that is fighting this battle. So without God, it is not possible. Without God, it is not complete. Therefore, we have to pray that the hand of God will move Trump faster than we think to bring justice to Nigeria. And Tinubu and his government and his cohorts shall be brought to book.